And a pleasant good afternoon to everybody. Welcome to Goodyear Baseball Park on apmvideo.com, the winter home of the Cleveland Indians and the Cincinnati Reds. And today it's home to the 2018 Msbl World Series. It's the 2-1 Motor City Firebirds taking on the Tri-Valley Vets. We're in the 55 and over Cactus Division. I'm Jeff Lowry with APM Video Sports. So glad you could join us. Our website is apmvideo.com. You'll look at the managers exchanging the lineups here today. What a day for this Tri-Valley Vets, coming off a tough loss over on the auxiliary fields as you get a look at their talented first baseman, Todd Rahanick. And the team is getting set to take the field. Mike Giuliano, the manager for the Firebirds. On the other side, Russ Rodriguez. It'll be Gordon on the mound when we return from Goodyear in just a moment. Goodyear Baseball Park opened in 2009 for the Cleveland Indians and 1 year later for the Cincinnati Reds. They've had some of the greatest players in all of baseball history. Johnny Bench, perhaps the greatest catcher, 600 home runs from Jim Thome, and the two-time MVP, Joe Morgan. Well, you heard the umpire. He says to play ball, and the first batter is going to be the center fielder, Matt Enciso, who's also playing next week for the Great Lakes Tigers. First pitch called strike from Todd Gordon, the starting pitcher for the Tri-Valley 55 veterans, and this game is underway. Enciso takes a strike, and it's quickly 0-2. That's under the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes, just underway from Goodyear Ballpark, the winter home of the Reds and the Indians. The right-hander works quickly, and this one's popped out of play. Mike Carter is on deck. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch, and it's taken high, 2-2. Well, beautiful day, 84 degrees, our game time temperature here from Goodyear Baseball Park. The 2-2 pitch, and it's inside, full count. Finn Nifter is at first, Smith at second, Hall at short, who will get the opportunity here. Fields the big hop, but throws low, and it gets away from the first baseman, and Matt Enciso with tremendous speed is at second base to start this ball game off. Next batter is going to be Mike Carter, left-handed hitter. We're in the 55 Cactus Division of this 31st annual Msbl World Series. Here's a bunt, third base side, but that's foul. You got Alex Peroy at third. Tom Buell is playing in left field today as you look at the infield. Jim Hall, Owen Smith, and the first baseman, John. The only one we did not get with Swartwood behind the plate. Here's a ground ball to the right side, and a nice job by Owen Smith, who played a nice game in their first game of this doubleheader. There's a look at Bundy and Tom Buell, part of the outfield here for the Tri-Valley Vets. So a ground out to the right side, 2 down. Here's a line shot right at Jim Hall, and he makes the catch. So a fine play right there. 2 down in the inning, and the batter now is going to be the cleanup hitter for this Motor City Firebirds team, who represents the visiting team here, Randy Hughes, and he lines one out into left field. Buell had no chance. That ball's going to roll all the way to the wall, and Enciso scores from third base, and Motor City leads it on an RBI 2-out double, 1-0. So Randy Hughes coming through in the clutch. Next batter is going to be the catcher, Mike Blasky. Mike, as I always say, a former teammate of mine, that's a called strike. Didn't like the pitch. You know what? I mean, I will say this. He, honest to God, did not give me a dime to say this. He is probably the hardest working catcher I've seen out here in this tournament. He backs up every throw, whether there's 2 out and nobody on, and it's a 10-0 lead or a 10-run lead. He just works really hard, and it's just part of his DNA. I asked him about it. I said, why do you go to all the trouble? He says, I can't help it. And he says, you're not the only one that's asked me. There's a swing and a miss. Good pitch. And that'll retire the side. But Motor City Firebirds get one. Tri-Valley Vets coming up. This is the MSBL World Series on APN, and it's going to be Rick Green. Strong, big right-hander on the mound here. You look at their defense. Around the horn for the Motor City Firebirds, which, of course, you can imagine out of the Detroit, Michigan area. There's Enciso. We told you he's in center field. And the right fielder is Schmidt. And Mike Blasky, of course, behind the plate. So we're ready to go here. Bottom half of inning number one. And the first pitch called strike. 0-1. And here's a line shot. And that is into left center field, a base hit. So Alex Burroy, the third baseman, off to a good start here for the Vets. And the second batter is going to be their second baseman, Owen Smith. Degrees. And we're told it's 86 degrees, our game time temperature here at Goodyear Baseball Park. Well, I had the distinct honor of being the first public address announcer in this ballpark back when it opened for the Cleveland Indians in 2009. The Reds didn't get out of here as Blasky throws from his knees and no chance. Stolen base for Alex. He represents a tying run and in scoring position at second base. Now Owen Smith. Called strike. Good pitch. So Rick Green against Tom Gordon. You gotta like these Motor City. I like their uniforms. This is a new team, Motor City Firebirds. That's a great, great nickname and a great name. Of course, how can you not like a Firebird? I always wanted one. That's a good stop there by Blasky. He's a big guy and kept that frame right in front as this one's fouled straight back. Looked like Owen Smith was all over that one. Strike three called on a pitch. Well framed by Blasky, but I think that was well off the outside corner. That's a terrible call by the official. One down. First strikeout of the day for Mr. Ricky Green. And now we'll set his sights on the third place hitter for Tri-Valley. And it's going to be Jimmy Hall, the shortstop. 1-0, Motor City. They lead it here in the top of the first inning. Quick throw back to second base, and the runner is back in. Tony Escamilla is the second baseman. You got Welby at first. Escamilla is at second base. Zimmerman is at shortstop. And the third baseman is Rich Cleve, and a stolen base. Well, you're seeing some tremendous speed out of Alex. Swing and a miss. He had a good cut at a sinking fastball. Just missed off the outside corner. The outfield is Carter in left, Enciso in center field. Schmidt is in right field. Blasky doing the catching, and Rick Green on the mound. The two-strike pitch to Hall. And ball four. So he's given up a single and a walk. Getting a wide shot, a beautiful day for baseball. The wind blowing out the left field. And the first pitch to the cleanup hitter, 0-0. And the starting pitcher of this morning's game over at the auxiliary field against the Chicago North Cubs, Tom Layson. Tom, an EH to start this game. 1-0 Firebirds. We're in the home half of inning number one. There goes the runner. Blasky throws down to third, and it's in the center field, and the run will score. This ball game is tied at 1 apiece, and now a line shot foul down the third base side by Tom Layson. So they have stolen 3 bases, but mainly off Rick Green. Popped him up. Dropped the hands a little bit, gives it up to Escamilla, who makes the play, battling at high sky and that bright, bright sun, 2 down. So next up is going to be Ton Rahanic. And he hits one to first base, but unable to make the play as Welby. Got a few laughs out of that one. Good pitch. Called strike outside corner, and Rahanic is down 0-2. A 1-1 tie. We're in the home half of the first inning. Green trying to get out of this runner at second, 2-out jam, the pitch. And here's a ball right at the third baseman. Rich Cleave's got it. He'll throw on to first to retire the side. But in the inning, a run, a hit, 1 left from Goodyear Ballpark. We go now to the bottom half of inning number 2. We are in a 1-1 tie. This is the 31st annual Msbl World Series on APN Video Sports. Joe Pistono will start it off, and he'll ground to the right side. Owens over there to gobble it up and throw on to his first baseman for out number 1. So that play goes 4-3. Next up is Rich Cleave, who's also a pitcher. Another player that's a part of that Great Lakes ball team that we'll be probably covering next week when they play the Seattle Sky Sox. Here's a fly ball fouling out of play. Rich Cleave batting for the first time. We're in the top of the second inning. That one stays high. Second inning of work for starter Todd Gordon. Earlier today, Tri-Valley lost 14-2. Reed Stifle, a complete game. Line drive, drops in for a base hit in the right center field. So that's hit number 2 for the Motor City Firebirds. And a good start for them here in the top of the second inning. And the batter's going to be Dave Losetti. Thrower to first, runner back in safe. Special thanks to Tom Buell. He's getting the start here today in left field, and what a very ingratiating gentleman, and we just really appreciate him allowing us to be a part of your World Series experience. Stay with us later. Get your baseball thinking caps, because we do indeed have an award-winning APN scoreboard stumper. That is a stolen base. Goes out in the center field. Rich Cleave, he bounces up, heads to third, and there'll be no throw. It'll be an error on the throw. Second error committed by Tri-Valley defense. Runner at third, and here's a fly ball down the right field line, and just foul. So Dave Losetti, swing and a miss. Let's see if they can get the put out at first base. Here's the throw down, and they will not. Here comes the throw home. The runner is coming in. A late break by Cleave, and he'll score. Motor City leads it 2-1. So the next batter coming up is going to be Bill Welby, the first baseman. He tomahawks this one, shallow left, actually right there on the infield, and Hall, battling the sun, makes the play 2 down. So a fine defensive play by the veteran shortstop, 2 down. Here's Rick Schmidt, the right fielder, takes inside ball 1. Solid defensive right fielder, a spray hitter at the plate. Takes a strike, and that evens the count. Good pitch by Todd Gordon. 2-1 Motor City. We're in the top of the second inning. They come in with a record of 2-1. Tri-Valley looking for their first win. This is Game 4 for both teams of this 31st annual MSBL World Series. So Schmidt up there, 2 balls and 1 strike. And this one's hammered up the middle, a base hit. So that will extend the inning. That is hit number 3. It will extend the inning for Mike Giuliano. And Giuliano takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Michael Giuliano taps one down to third and up with it and throwing to first base. And did they get him? Yes, they did. That's a fine play on both ends. Alex Puroy and Finn Nifter at first base. They get a run. They leave 2. And at the end of an inning and a half of baseball from Goodyear, as we go to the bottom of the second inning, now the Vets trail again 2-1. First up here for the Tri-Valley Vets, Rusty Goslin. Outstanding outfielder. Second inning of work for Rick Green. And the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter. And he lines one on 1 hop to the shortstop, Zimmerman. And the tag out. Missed the tag. Now, the question was, Goslin, did he touch the bag? And Red over there, I don't know. He says, you're out. And when he says you're out, you're out. So that goes 6-3. 1 down for the Tri-Valley Vets here in the bottom half of inning number 2. And the batter is going to be Dave Bundy. Bundy getting the start. One of the outfielders here today. That's outside. Blasky doing the catching here. And on the mound is Rick Green. 2-1 Motor City in the red. And that's inside ball 4. So a very quick walk there. Bundy very selective. And now the catcher, R.J. Swartwood. Well, the brain trust of this team, we got Russ Rodriguez, who is really managing things. Donnie D. Cordova, Rosie Rosenthal. Thrower to first, runner is back in. You can see the wind conditions here. And the wind is blowing out. Looks like the left center field. And the first pitch taken low by RJ. 1 ball, no strikes to the Tri-Valley catcher. The Tri-Valley Msbl, one of the largest, if not the largest. Talking to Mike Prothero a few years ago, said that they send more teams to this tournament than any other MSBL program in the country. That's a swing and a miss. Let's see if Green stays inside here or if they're going to go outside. They've been kind of busting him in on this at bat. They go outside, and he had to fight that one off. Hit that ball off the end of the bat. 2 strikes on RJ and the pitch. That's outside. Now Green will probably try to run it in on the left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. And a high chopper that the second baseman, Escamilla, tags the runner out there, throws to first, not in time. Good hustle by RJ down the line on the fielder's choice. 2 down. See Blasky following up, backing up that throw. So with 2 down in the inning, the batter is going to be the Tri-Valley first baseman, John Finnifter. Bottom half of inning number 2. A 2-1 lead for the Firebirds. They're in the field in the red tops and the white pants. Tri-Valley in the same uniform they wore for the morning game over at the auxiliary field. Bouncing ball, Escamilla will just take this one to the bag himself, and that'll retire the side. And at the end of 2 innings of play from Goodyear, it's 2-1 Firebirds over the Vets. Jeff Lowry with APNvideo.com back here from the ballpark. First pitch is outside ball 1. We go back to the top of the order for Motor City. who has allowed only 10 runs through their first 3 games of round-robin play. Matt reached on an error back in the first inning. Top of the third, 2-1 Motor City as they bat. And Matt swings and lines one, base hit right center field. This is a guy you don't want on base because it's just almost an automatic stolen base. But let's see what RJ can do. And obviously, Todd Gordon knows that, and he's going to keep a close eye. There's a second throw over to first. New first baseman for the Vets is Rahanic. Now Carter. There he goes. Here's the throwdown, and again, it's going to be awfully tough. He's one of the top athletes in this 55 and over Cactus division. That's a stolen base, the second of the day for the Motor City Firebirds, who has given up just 11 runs through their first 3+ games. Carter bunting again as he did that first time up. Motor City batting here in the top of the third with a 2-1 lead and looking for one more. And another ground ball. Smith gets the convenient Sunday hop and throws him out at first. And Carter not happy with himself, but he moves the runner up 90 feet. And now the batter is the third baseman, Tony Escamilla. He lined out to the shortstop back in the first inning. On this October 22nd, 2018, the first pitch is ball 1. Taken outside. 2 balls and no strikes. And it's 3-0. Runner at third, 1 out. Motor City batting with a 2-1 lead and looking for a third. That's in there for a strike. That'll make it 3-1. And ball 4. That is the first walk issued by Todd Gordon. So he has struck out 1, he has walked 1, he has given up a total of 3, make that 4 base hits. And now Randy Hughes, who had an RBI double back in the first inning. First and third occupied with 1 out here in the top of the third. And the pitch, there goes the runner. That's a called strike, and that'll be one of those defensive indifference, no stolen base. Randy Hughes taking all the way, 1 for 1 with an RBI double back in the first, the pitch. And it's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Good stop by R.J. Swartwood. Changeup is in there and a good pitch. I'd have to agree with Gordon. That looked pretty good. I don't know what Randy Hughes is. Not sure what he was saying. That's foul and out of play. And the count evens on Randy Hughes at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch. Change up now. That one was definitely high. 3-2. 340 down the right and left field lines. 410 to straightaway center. I think it's 385 to the gaps. Change up, and this one is a fly ball, 380 to the gaps. And this one is going to be, well, it looked like he had caught the ball. And Stedman, and now runners are at first and third, and Matt Enciso has scored his second run of the game, and it's now 3-1. That'll be an error on the right fielder, first and third. And now Mike Blasky can redeem himself for striking out with 2 out and a runner at second base back in the first inning. 3-1 Motor City Firebirds out of the Detroit City area. That ball gets away from the catcher, and Motor City leads it 4-1. Pass ball, wild pitch, call it what you will. They're going to go ahead and put Mike on, so an intentional walk. First and second, Joe Pistono comes to the plate. Courtesy runner for the catcher. That's Carter. And here's a ball ripped right to the second baseman. Smith goes to second one. They'll throw on to first. Scooped out nicely on a beautiful play by Rahanic. Side retired. That one goes 4-6-3. Outstanding job. But Motor City has scored in each of their first 3 innings. And we are heading now to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. This is Jeff Lowry. This is APNvideo.com. Well, here's starting pitcher Todd Gordon batting for the first time. Motor City has scored runs, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and 2 in the third. Gordon fouls it off. Well, that one really got into his kitchen, and strike 3 called, and Gordon says, I'll take it. Second punch out of the day for Rick Green. Now the big, strong, right-handed hitting. This is Ron Robinson. '11th hitter in the lineup against Rick Green. Motor City Firebirds lead at 4-1 here in the home half of the 3rd. That's a strike. Swung on and hell hit, but right at Carter, and he makes the one-handed grab, 2 down. I thought that was Gerald Perry out there of the Atlanta Braves. He looks like Gerald Perry. Watched a lot of TBS when I was a kid back in the early 80s. 2 down. And squaring the bunt, taking the strike, is Tom Buell. Batting for the first time. Again, a special thanks to Tom. Relatively a new player. Just started playing baseball for the first time 2 seasons ago. And says he's still learning the game and hoping that it'll all come together very soon. Going up against Rick Green, a tough pitcher, and he gets jammed on this one. A dribbler up the line. Blasky has it and stayed calm, cool, and collective and throws him out at first base. But a 1-2-3 inning for Green. We are heading to the top of the 4th inning. Coming to you from Goodyear Baseball Park, and Motor City at the plate. They lead it by a score of 4-1. This is APNvideo.com. Rich Cleve, Dave Losetti, and Bill Welby will be the first 3 for the Motor City Firebirds. We're playing in the 55 and over Cactus Division. Well, several of these players on this Motor City team will be playing for the Great Lakes team next week, week 3 of this MSBL tournament. Cleve, a pop-up, and one of the top defenders in this 55 Cactus, Owen Smith, makes the play. Not an easy catch. Now Dave up there for the second time. He reached first base. He struck out, but the ball got away from the catcher. And he sends a fly ball into the stands out of play, and it's 0-1 with Bill Welby on deck. Motor City at the plate here, and then top of the 4th inning, leading at 4-1. That's fouled off. Strike 3 called. That is going to be strikeout number 3 for Todd Gordon, who has walked 1. He has 1 intentional walk, 2 down in the inning. And here's Bill Welby. He takes a strike. Welby popped up to the shortstop, Jim Hall, who made a nice play as he had the range deep into the hole and battled the high sun and the sky, and that one's fouled out of play, and Welby down, no balls and 2 strikes. Top of the 4th. And a line drive into left center field, and that's going to be a base hit. Well, that was just a matter of Todd Gordon getting the ball up in the strike zone, and it was driven into left center field. Now Rick Schmidt, who is 1 for 1, he had a single back in the 2nd inning as he bats with 2 out. A runner at first base. We're in the top of the 4th inning, and the Firebirds lead at 4-1. Well, it sounds like my mom is doing the vacuuming here in the background. Seems like every time we do one of these games, they're doing their spring cleaning at these ballparks. Rick Schmidt, very good left-handed right fielder, starting this game. He takes a strike. Well, Todd Gordon, I think, has looked pretty good in this game. He's given up a couple of unearned runs. Gave up an unearned run in the first inning and gave up an unearned run in the third. In fact, 3 of the 4 runs that Gordon has given up have been unearned, and he just walked Schmidt. So that's his second walk, not counting the intentional walk. So he struck out 3, he's walked 2. Motor City leads it by a score of 4-1 here in the top half of inning number 4. And the batter is going to be Mike Giuliano. Giuliano bounced out third to first back in the second inning. Top to bottom, this Motor City team not too bad from an offensive standpoint. Really no easy outs. Giuliano, the 11th place hitter, and certainly no easy out here. Swing and a miss, but this time he does go down on the 4th strikeout of the day, and they come up scoreless for the first time. Good job by Todd Gordon. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 4-1 in favor of the Motor City Firebirds. Ground ball, first pitch swinging. First up is going to be Rick Steadman, 13th place hitter in the lineup. Now a line drive, center field. Matt comes on, he makes a running catch. Well, a fine catch out there on a sinking line drive. Now the 14th hitter in the lineup is going to be Jim McGrath. Jim grounds one slowly to Zimmerman at shortstop, and he'll make the easy play. So 2 quick outs here for the Tri-Valley Vets here in the bottom half of inning number 4. Mike Blasky backing up the play once again. We go back to the top of the order, the third baseman, Alex Peroy. He takes outside for ball 1. And this one is grounded down to third base, and a nice job by the third base coach, Rusty Gosselin. 1 ball and 1 strike with Owen Smith on deck, nobody on. Here's a pop-up, and here's Matt. Long run, makes the one-handed grab to retire the side. We head to the 5th inning from Goodyear. This is APNvideo.com. The Firebirds up 4-1. On apnvideo.com. And just a reminder to check out our Marucci big play of the day. Well, Matt Enciso has found his way on base twice, reached on an error, singled, stole a base in the 3rd inning, and he has scored twice. 5th inning of work for Todd Gordon. And here's a shot out into deep center field. It's over the head of Bundy. And Enciso is heading for 2. He's got a stand-up double. His 2nd hit. And hit number 6 for the Motor City Firebirds as we start play here in the top of the 5th inning. And now Mike Carter, who's grounded to Owen Smith on both occasions, takes inside ball 1. So he stays alive, fouling that pitch off. You got Tony Escamilla on deck. Just off the outside part of the plate. Todd Gordon, a good look that time didn't get the call. And grounded into right field, a base hit. Right center field. Up with the ball, throw it in. Matt Enciso has 3 runs scored. And it's 5-1 in favor of the Firebirds here in the top of the 5th inning. Now the third place hitter and second baseman, Tony Escamilla. Tony has lined to short, walked, and scored. A 5-1 lead here. We're in the top of the 5th inning for the Motor City Firebirds, like the Pontiac Firebird. And the throw down to second base, and this one goes out in the center field. So Mike Carter with an RBI single, and now a ground ball in the shortstop. Nice backhanded play by Smith, and he really made a great effort that time. That's an infield hit for Escamilla. So runners are at first and third with nobody out, and the batter is Randy Hughes. Double RBI in the first, reached on air his last time up. The runner goes, it's swung on and missed. No stolen base, defensive indifference for Escamilla. So a 4-run lead for the Motor City Firebirds here in the top of the 5th inning. The pitch, and Hughes takes strike 2 called. Randy Hughes on the mound. Looking to drive in, too, as the next pitch is high. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the cleanup hitter of the Firebirds, and then it doesn't get any easier with Mike Blasky on deck. The windup in the pitch, and that is strike 3 called, and Randy Hughes can't believe the call. That is the 5th strikeout of the day for Todd Gordon. And now Blasky hits a high pop-up third base side, and it's going to fall in, and he will live to see another pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Firebirds backstop. Gordon kicks and deals, and this one is in there, strike 2 called. And Mike didn't like that call. Said it was outside. 1-2. As Todd Gordon kicks and fires. He struck him out swinging, and that will be the end of the top of the 5th inning, or that is 2 out. That is 2 out. Everybody started racing off the field. That's what I thought. Joe Pistono, the batter, and the first pitch inside ball 1. Joe is 0 for 2. He hit into a nifty 4-6-3 double play back in the 3rd inning. Still second and third, now 2 out in the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts by Gordon, who has now 6 strikeouts in the game. In the air, on the infield, the third baseman's got it. Good job by Todd Gordon pitching out of that big jam. 1 run does score, and at the end of 4.5 innings of play, it is now the Firebirds 5 and Tri-Valley 55 Veterans 1. Here's a ball lifted over the head of Cleve, foul ball. Owen Smith, a strikeout victim his last time up. You got to look at Zimmerman and now Owen Smith. 5th inning of work for starting pitcher Rick Green. Strike 2 called. 5th inning action. Smith, Hall, and Layson the first 3. And this one's chopped towards Zimmerman deep in the hole. He bobbles the ball. He's up with it. He throws not in time. There'll be an error on the shortstop, and the leadoff hitter is aboard for the Vets. Third place hitter Jim Hall, the shortstop. Swing and a miss, 0-1. That's low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Our trivia question. First the pitch. And here's a ground ball to the shortstop again. Zimmerman to second one. Escamilla to first, not in time. And good hustle getting down the line. Tom Layson is the batter. That's outside ball one. Popped up to the second baseman his first time up. In 1973, the Atlanta Braves became the first team in baseball history to post 3 players with 40 or more home runs in a season on the same team. Can you name those 3 players? 1973, the Atlanta Braves became the first team in baseball history to post 3 40 home run hitters in the same season. That's a swing and a miss. Well, I'll tell you, he just reared back and blew that one by him. Let's see if he comes back with something softer here. Yeah, he came back with a breaking pitch, and that is a strikeout. Third punch out of the day for Rick Green. He has pitched sensational here, and just as I say that, he hits the next batter, Tom Rahanick. So with 2 out, now runners are at first and second. Green's going to probably give him a glad hand there and show some good sportsmanship. Now Rusty Goslin. And that one getting behind. He's dropping that arm angle a bit. See if he tries to come over the top a little better this time. 1 ball, no strikes. Goslin takes low, 2 balls and no strikes. 2 on, 2 out. Home half of the 5th inning. And a line drive, and it's caught by the first baseman to retire the side. Nice play by Welby. And at the end of 5 innings of play from Goodyear Ballpark, still 5-1 in favor of the Motor City Firebirds. This is APN. Rich Cleve will start the top of the 6th inning. The Motor City Firebirds with a 5-1 ball game, 5-1 lead in what has been a pretty good ball game. It's still anybody's game right now, and I think both teams we've seen outstanding pitching by Todd Gordon in this contest. Rich Cleve, Losetti, and Welby, the scheduled first 3. Here's a fly ball out in the center field. Bundy makes the 2-handed grab, 1 down. Nice job out there. Again, you're battling that high sky, and of course, we got a little cloud cover. That'll bring up Dave Losetti, who has struck out twice. Much better hitter than that. He was caught looking back in the 4th inning. We're in the top of the 6th. Motor City batting, leading at 5-1. That's inside. 2 balls and no strikes with first baseman Welby on deck. Grounded to the left side. That's through for a base hit. He hit that ball hard. 9th hit of the ball game for the Firebirds. Tom Buell out in left field. You can tell that sun is just a little treacherous. So next up is the first baseman, Bill Welby, and he takes a strike. Welby is 1 for 2, and he hammers one out into left field, and that's going to be a base hit. And a nice job by the left fielder, Tom Buell, to cut that ball off and keep the runners at first and second. Next batter up takes a called strike. This is Rick Schmidt, who has singled and walked. 5-1 Firebirds. They got a runner at first base. Good eye that time. Of course, with the strike zone we've seen here today, almost anything within a foot of the plate is going to could be called a strike. Here's a shot out into left center field, and this one's going to drop in front for a base hit. The throw comes in, and the bases are loaded. 3 straight hits here in the top of the 6th inning for the Firebirds. The batter is going to be Mike Giuliano. Actually, we're going to see Joe Zimmerman batting for the first time. So the starting shortstop is in there with the bases loaded, 1 out. And a line shot, base hit center field. 1 run is going to score. Here comes the throw in. 2 runs are going to score. And it's 7-1 Firebirds here in the top of the 6th inning. So it's a 2-run single. Runners are at first and second, still only 1 out. And here is Matt Enciso, who has just simply tore up this Tri-Valley team. He has scored 3 times. He's 2 for 3, reached on an error in the first, and has done everything that a leadoff hitter should do in a game. That is just simply score runs. In the air to center, and a nice job by Bundy. 2 down. So they finally retire Matt. Nice catch out there in center field. And now Mike Carter will bat for the 4th time. He had an RBI single his last time up, and he's 1 for 3. Top of the 6th inning. And here's a ball hit out into left field. Buell coming on. He'll play it on the hop. And the run will score. And runners will be at first and third. It's a 3-run inning, and it's 8-1. So back-to-back RBI hits for Mike Carter. And here's Tony Escamilla, the second baseman. Runner will take second and without a throw. Second and third occupied, 2 out. And here's a drive in the right center, and 2 more are going to score. Make it 10-1. Escamilla with a 2-run single, and he heads to second. He's got a double. And Escamilla has back-to-back hits. He's 2 for 3. A 5-run inning makes it a 10-1 score. And here's a shot out into right field and deep. And Randy Hughes is going to have extra bases. Goes to the warning track. And he is going to trot in with an RBI double, his second RBI double. And it's now 11-1. Ground ball by Blasky to shortstop. Long throw, and it is in time. Excellent play by the shortstop. They get 6 runs, and at the end of 5.5, they lead it 11-1. This is the 31st annual Msbl World Series from Goodyear Ballpark. Jeff Lowry back from the ballpark as those shadows creep in. 6th inning of work, and what a job by Rick Green, the starting pitcher. A ball and a strike to David Bundy, the outstanding center fielder. Swartwood and Finifter. Ground ball, Zimmerman. And he will throw him out at first base. Couple pitches, 1 down. Dave Lozette now playing first base. Lazzotti, excuse me. I couldn't read the writing. My apologies. Dave Lozzotti is the first baseman. Dave and Steve out here playing, and, well, we just had a little faux pas, and that play is made by the first baseman, 2 down. Well, RJ won't mind that we missed that ball. That'll bring up John for the 2nd time. Done a nice job at first base here today. That one is slapped foul to the right side. There you get a look at the bench play over here. Tri-Valley Vets. Green trying to get out of this inning unscathed. He has shut down 5 of the last 6 Tri-Valley veterans he's faced. And here's a ball slapped over the head of the second baseman in the right center field, a base hit. So he is aboard with a 2-out single, extending the inning for, well, it was Gordon, now Robinson with a fly ball to left field, and that ball is going to be caught. Jerry Cockrell with a fine catch. After 6, it's all Firebirds. Jeff Lowry back here from the ballpark, and first up is going to be Joe Pistono, looking for his first hit of the day, and he ropes one past the first baseman, and that's a base hit. "16 hits now in total for the Motor City Firebirds. Todd Gordon, who was scheduled to hit in that last half inning, elected not to. And he's still out there, and here's a drive into right field and down the line. Off the bat of Rich Cleve, the runner from first heading to third, and Rich Cleve has a double second and third, and the Firebirds are back at it. Nobody out, second and third, and Dave Lozati will be pinch hit here by Steve Lozati. Bill Welby on deck, scheduled hitter, second and third, nobody out. Back to the mound, nice job by Gordon. Throws to first. They hold the runners at bay, one down. So a fine defensive play by Todd Gordon. We're in the top of the 7th inning, and the batter is going to be Bill Welby. Welby has had a base hit his last 2 times up, and he pops this one up, but it's going to be a foul ball. No balls and 1 strike. He's 2 for 3 with a run scored. 11-1 Motor City Firebirds lead it here in the top of the 7th inning. 1 ball and 1 strike to the right-handed hitting first baseman. Our trivia question: in 1973, the Atlanta Braves posted 3 players with 40 or more home runs in that season. Here's a ground ball to the right side. Smith is coming home, and the throw will not be in time, and it is now 12-1. Well, it will go as a fielder's choice RBI for Welby, the first RBI of the day for him. Runners are on the corners with 1 man out, and here's Schmidt, and he drills one down the right field line. That's a base hit. 1 run is in, and the runners will be on the corners. Another run is in. 2 have scored, 13-1. And Russ Rodriguez, the manager, just trying to make sure his arm feels okay. He's going to stay out there and eat up some innings. Now Giuliano. There we go. That looks a lot better. So 3 players with 40 or more home runs. Ground ball, third base. Nice play. Off the glove of the second baseman. The run will score, and they will be at first and second. So another run is in, and it is now 14-1 Firebirds. And here's left fielder Jerry Cockrell. Well, one of the players is definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer, and everybody knows. One was probably, I would say, close to a Hall of Fame manager. And the other one hit over 400 home runs. 3 pretty good players. Darrell Evans, left-handed hitter, played third and first. Of course, Davey Johnson, the manager of those championship Mets. That's going to be strike 3 swinging, and Cockrell, no, it isn't. Nope. Sorry about that. Wrong count. And now it's strike 3, looking, and 2 down. Yeah, it's only 2 down. 3 runs in, 14-1 in favor of the Motor City Firebirds, and our first look at Dean Christie. Well, I'll tell you, Todd Gordon had good numbers. If they took him out maybe in the 5th or 6th, I mean, he'd had a good line, but this is mop-up. This is basically mop-up work, and Rodriguez doesn't want to use his bullpen too much as Christie drives a single to left, and they're waving the runner home. Here's Schmidt to the plate, and he's in safe. Here's the throw down the second. He's safe, and it's 15-1. So, Darrell Evans, Davey Johnson, of course, hammering Hank Aaron. Enciso batting for the 5th time. He has scored 3 times, 2 for 4. 15-1 is the score, and here's a pop-up. Right side of the infield. Smith is under it. He's got it. And the inning is finally over, but not before they score 4 more times and lead 15-1. Bottom of the 7th inning coming up from Goodyear. Well, Todd Gordon is the batter. And if I'm not mistaken, they are batting out of order. It'll be Gordon, Buell, and Stedman here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 7th inning of work for Rick Green, the starting pitcher today for Motor City. I can't imagine Motor City going with another pitcher. I might as well let Green just go ahead and finish this one out. And we're kind of coming up on that 3-hour time limit, too. In the air on a check swing, and this one's dropping in for Gordon, base hit. I'll bring up Tom Buell, who takes a good, healthy cut at that first pitch, comes up empty-handed, 0-1. That's strike 2 called on a fastball outside. Hey, you don't want to keep it inside. You want to kind of work this guy away. You don't want to get it in his wheelhouse. But right now, he's down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch is popped up. And the pitcher is going to have to play it on a hop. He will throw on to first base, and that's a fine play by Rick Green. Well, Gordon will move up 90 feet on the ball hit by Buell. That goes 1-3. Again, special thanks to Tom Buell for setting up today's broadcast. And now Rick Stedman. And he grounds one to the shortstop where Zimmerman plays it in the hole, throws to first, 2 down. Here's a quick throw down to third, not in time. So a 6-3 play. Nice job by Zimmerman at shortstop. And now McGrath, and he swings through a fastball. Popped up foul, and it's 0-2. No chance for Blasky there. The 0-2 pitch to McGrath. And it's under the knees, 1-2. Bottom of the 7th inning, it is all Firebirds. The windup and the pitch. Popped him up, and Mike will make the one-handed grab. Fine play. 1 hit, 1 left. We're going to the top of the 8th inning from Goodyear, and this is the Msbl World Series on APN. Well, Gordon goes the front 7, and now they will give way to the guy who pitched and started Game 1 of this doubleheader action, as this one's grounded to the right side where the first baseman will take it to the bag, and that's out number 1. A nice play by Todd, retiring Mike Carter. 3 unassisted, and here is Tony Escamilla, the slick fielding second baseman, who has lined the short, walked and scored, singled, doubled and scored while driving in 2 runs. 1 out, nobody on. Layson, the new pitcher for Gordon. And it's a big lead for the Firebirds. That's all we're going to say. We're not going to repeat this score till the end of the game. Big day for Tony Escamilla, and he's played outstanding at second base. That is strike 3 called. First strikeout for Layson.
My mother-in-law calls it inopportune times.
I don't know what they're talking about. Here's Randy Hughes, who has a pair of RBI doubles in the game. He's reached on an error, and he was also struck out back in the 5th. And this one popped up back at first, and this one's going to drop in for a hit. Wow. So he has a 3-hit game, 3 for 5, and the batter is Mike Blasky, the left-handed hitting catcher. 2 out. And he slaps one to the right side. That gets through for a base hit. And Mike is his first hit of the ball game. He's 1 for 3. He was intentionally walked back in the third. Next up is Joe Pistono. Base hit or a run scored back in the 7th inning, and he takes a called strike, 0-1. He is 1 for 4. Led off the 4-run 7th inning. Of course, Motor City has scored 10 runs over the last, well, the 6th and 7th. They got 2 on here in the top of the 8th inning. Hammered down the line, but foul. Pistono at the plate. And what a play at first base! Todd Rahanick with our Marucci big play of the ball game. Are you kidding me? A line shot. Hang a couple stars next to that one. No doubt our big play of the ball game, and we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Still a big lead here for the Firebirds. Well, Lynn Maylock is going to be the new pitcher, so Green goes 7. So Maylock is in. Well, I didn't think they would take him out. Now, we're coming up on that 3-hour time limit. This could be our last half inning. Here's a ground ball down to third, gobbled up there. Here's the throw by Christie, 1 down. So they retire Alex on a ground ball third to first, 1 up, 1 down, and Owen Smith. I have a feeling we will see a 9th inning. Popped him up, and the second baseman Escamilla's got it, 2 down. So Escamilla with a fine catch, battling the sun and sky, 2 down. Here's Jimmy Hall. He takes a strike, and it's 0-1. So Lynn coming in here and throwing some BBs for this Motor City Firebirds out of Detroit, Michigan. They are 2-1 by way of record. And here's a chopper to the shortstop who's got it, and Steve throws him out at first, and a very quick, efficient inning for Lynn Maylock, the new pitcher. Top of the 9th coming up. You're watching the 2018 MSBL World Series on APM. Layson coming out for his 2nd inning of relief work. Rich Cleve will start things off, or nope, they're going to go ahead and pinch hit for him. This is Mike Bergoglio, and Mike takes a strike. 2nd inning of work for Tom Layson, who started game 1 of this doubleheader over on the auxiliary field against the Chicago North Cubs. Motor City, in the red, has given up, through their first 4 games, 11 runs. Now, this team, you would have to consider, when you talk about runs allowed, that's the big tie-breaking deal. It's not run differential. It's runs allowed in the MSBL World Series. And to have 11 runs allowed through 4 games, that's pretty exceptional. And you'd have to consider this Motor City team a good shot. They've got a chance to go to the finals. And this one is going to be, well, they called him out on strikes, but he's going to make it to first base. Courtesy runner, Rich Cleve. Well, here's Steve. Bounced out, pitcher to first, his first time up. It's 15-1 Firebirds. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Swing and a miss. The runner will take second on the throw, but it's going to be a strikeout, and the second, make that the 3rd strikeout for Layson. First pitch inside, ball 1. First time up for Rick Arbogast. Easy for me to say. Arbogast batting for the first time, not Pendergast. Inside. Well, it is official. The Boston Red Sox and the Los Angeles Dodgers. First time that a Boston-LA matchup in the World Series. You have to go all the way back to the teens, the 19 teens. Probably the Babe Ruth days of the Boston Red Sox, as this one's off the glove of the third baseman. He'll pick it up. He won't pick it up, and all hands are going to be safe. So runners are at first and third, one out, and here is Rick Green, the starting pitcher, and he was sensational. He takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Strike two called. 7 innings, 1-run baseball. And he slaps one into left field. That's going to produce another run. Buell gets it in quickly as the throw goes to third. And runners on the Green base hit. Brings up Zimmerman. Zimmerman, fly ball, center field. And Bundy, boy, I'll tell you, he has been outstanding. Another run is going to score. And Motor City just continues to pour it on. That's a sac fly for Zimmerman, the shortstop. He's played a good game there. Next up, Jerry Cockrell, who grounds one towards third, and this is the throw on, not in time, and another runner is aboard. Next up is Dean Christie, and he drills one down the line. 2 more runs are going to come across, and the Firebirds continue on a big 2-run hit by Dean Christie. Well, next up is Len Malock, the relief pitcher. Well, our APM video star of the game is going to be Rick Green, 7 innings. Three hit. 1-run baseball. This ball's hammered down the line, and he can add an extra base hit to that resume. 1 run is going to score, and it's all Firebirds here in the top of the 9th inning. So Green with a big RBI double to go along with 7 innings of 3-hit, 1-run baseball. Did a tremendous job, and now Mike Carter trying to put one out of here. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Carter with a line shot out into right center field, base hit. Well, the hit parade continues. 24 hits now in total for the Motor City team. And, you know, Escamilla up there again. The 6th time he has been to the plate. He has a 2-for-4 day, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and he lines one out into left field, and that's a base hit. Nice play by Buell, up with it, and nearly got the fielder's choice at second base. So the bases are loaded. An outstanding play by Tom Buell in left field. Randy Hughes, 3 for 5. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. 1-1 the count on the cleanup hitter for the Motor City Firebirds. They're going to go to 3-1 by way of record. They've scored 5 times here in the inning, and Hughes almost got hit by the pitch. He pops it up, and this ball is going to be a foul ball just out of the reach of the first baseman. He's driven in 2 in the pitch. Strike 3 called, and only because of the score, I'm sure. And the side is retired. Big inning again for the Firebirds. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Tri-Valley will come up. Let's see what they can do. lacing the first batter up, and the first pitch in there for a called strike. Second inning of work for Lynn Maylock. So Rick Green, our APMvideo.com player of the game, here is the shortstop. And Steve throws him out. Brother to brother. Steve to Dave, one down. That'll bring up Todd Rahanick, who made an absolutely tremendous play. I mean, and we've been filming a lot of the 18 and over games, and I don't know, Todd may have the best, at least the games we've filmed and I've seen, the best play I've seen so far. Bottom of the ninth inning. Firebirds up by, well, it's actually a 3-possession game. Yes, a 3-possession game. We'll just say it. We'll just keep it at that. And this one slapped to the right side. Escamilla up. Throwing got him 2 down. Actually, that is not Escamilla at second base. I think Welby moved over there. 2 down. So the Vets are down to their final out. Well, the Motor City Firebirds will be 3-1. There's Tom Buell. What a great guy, and hopefully the Motor City Firebirds are going to enjoy this video too. Here's a ball slapped up the middle, base hit. 2-out single by Rusty Goslin. Matt Enciso, one of the stars of this game, 3 runs scored as the leadoff hitter, and the batter is going to be Bundy. So David Bundy at the plate, and he takes outside, ball 1. As we wind down this game from Goodyear Baseball Park on the APM Baseball Network. And a check swing, ground ball down to third. Here's the bare hand by Christie. The throw to first is in time, and the Motor City Firebirds are 3-1 behind truly great pitching by Rick Green and the 2 shutout innings by Lynn Maylock. Tom Buell, again, a very special thanks to him for setting up our broadcast today, and our final score, 20-1 in favor of the Firebirds. This has been a presentation of APM Video Sports, Arizona's leader in sports video coverage. From Goodyear, Jeff Lowry saying good night, everybody.